Thousands of cancer patients are struggling to get treatment. This is largely due to a fire at the Maxeke Hospital earlier this year. While parts of the oncology department have reopened, patients say they are not getting proper services. NGO Cancer Alliance says about 2,000 patients are waiting for treatment in the province. Families marched to the Premier's office today to demand action. And our reporter Slindelo Masikane has been following developments, and she joins us now in our Johannesburg studios. Sli, what are some of the demands, rather, that these activists have made to government?
Well, they want action, and they want, cancer patients to be afforded the same kind of treatment as other patients do. They're saying that they are being put on waiting lists. They're not just waiting days or weeks; they are waiting months, even years, before they can get treatment. Some of whom get diagnosed in the early stages of their cancer diagnosis, maybe stage 1, stage 2. But by the time they get treatment, they are in desperate need of it, and their cancer has actually already spread. So what we saw happening today was a march to highlight what they've labeled as a cancer crisis in Gauteng. Patients, families, joined by the Treatment Action Campaign as well as the Cancer Alliance, marched to the Premier's office to deliver a memorandum of demands. And really the main demand is for the Health Department as well as the Gauteng Premier to take cancer treatment seriously, saying that more resources need to be put into this kind of treatment. If you are a cancer patient, then you know that in Gauteng you can only get treatment in one of two hospitals, that is Maxeke as well as the Steve Biko Academic Hospital. And we know that at this point the Maxeke Hospital isn't operational. The oncology unit is only partially operational, and even then it's got limited resources. And so the memorandum was handed over to the MEC of Health in the province.
Now, Sli, of course, you talk about the patients who are diagnosed early, but they are treated late. Some of them, I assume, die before they even get their treatment. But you spoke to some of those who were there at the march. What did they tell you?
I think that just shows you the seriousness of the situation, Maxeke, that you have cancer patients themselves marching in the heat, trying to highlight their own plight, to say that we need government to start listening to us, to start giving us the resources to be able to save our lives, because they're saying that they don't need to die from this disease because many of them get diagnosed so early. Let's take a listen to what one of them had to say to me earlier this afternoon.
I've been on the waiting list for 16 months. I was diagnosed in 2019 with breast cancer. I need to have radiation, and I also have to have chemotherapy and operation. You go there, they tell you that they're going to phone you, and you're using your last resources to go and find out when are you going to have your radiation treatment. And the fear and the anxiety, because whenever, even if you have a headache, you're not sure whether is it a headache or is it a cancer that's spreading.
Well, Sli, I remember when this fire happened, the Premier had said 7 days. 7 days have turned into 7 months now. But who received the memorandum on behalf of government?
That was the Gauteng Health MEC, Nomathemba Mageti, and she didn't say much really today, saying that of course she acknowledges the memorandum and that government is doing its best at this point to try and afford cancer treatment, the kind of treatment that they deserve, but that she would be going over the memorandum and responding adequately. Let's take a listen.
I'm standing here on behalf of the Premier of Gauteng, receiving this memorandum. And I think what needs to happen as from today is to make sure that we sit and go through each and every issue that is raised in the memorandum, and then we will be able to respond on the stipulated date. I really don't want to respond to the memorandum. I've heard what was said, even though some of the things that were said were hitting me. I just said, you know what, my God knows what is happening. And my heart goes out to those patients. It's not like as a Department of Health, we want to keep people on the waiting list forever. And to show that we care, we have opened a comprehensive cancer medical oncology in Bara, and Charlotte has also started with palliative care, and we will also be start working on the radiation oncology, because currently it's only Charlotte Maxeke that is providing services. And we are not sitting back and doing nothing. We're really trying to make sure that we service our people.